Hey, good people. It has been a long time. It is Takia the teacher with today's teachable moment. So today's teachable moment comes courtesy of the National Day calendar. It is National Clean Off Your Desk Day. And so I am not the one to talk to you about organization. In fact, my bit of encouragement for you today is because I am the complete opposite. There have been many days where I have needed to clean off my desk and just have not for whatever reason or whatever the case may be. But, as a teacher, I always made it my point to leave my desk at the end of the day neat. Now, my actual working space where my desk was and I would set my computers up was always neat. I had space for everything. I knew where all my pens were. Everything was away and where it needed to be. My work table that sat to the right of me, not so much. In this space where I am now working from home, my desk becomes everything. It becomes where I eat. It becomes where I watch television. If I decide to stream a show or a movie, it becomes a space where I'm actually working. And so, what I have done since the new year has started, I've made it a point to reorganize my space, not just because it's important to have a clean desk, but because your environment really does matter. And so, one of the things to look at if you're not able to be as productive as you want to be, or you haven't been as productive as you want to be, is check out what's going on around you. Is your space cluttered? Is there stuff just all over everywhere? Do you have a lot of things sitting on your desk that are unorganized, disorganized, or just otherwise unknown? Like I have mail, I have books, I have computers, I have lots of things sitting around me right now. And from time to time, it really does drive me up a wall. And so, as I said last week, I went on a journey to start rearranging the space in my living room that has now become my office. And so, with that, I've discovered that I really need to go back into investing in things such as bookshelves because I have a lot of books. It's important to be able to keep them places. I also have a lot of notebooks. So, getting those book stands that stand about, this high, about the size of an 8.5 by 11 notebook would be important for me because then I can keep all of those notebooks in one set place and just grab the one that I need when I need it. Because my notebooks are my way of keeping things organized. So I have a notebook for things that I write. I have a notebook for things that I'm working on for clients. I have a notebook for different courses that I'm enrolled in. I have a notebook for, things for like Bible study and church related. But those are things that help keep me organized and on task and so that I know what it is that I'm doing at what particular moment. I also always invest in pen caddies. And so my current one is a little bucket that I got from like some kids Easter something or another. But it's a little blue bucket, but it made the perfect pen holder because I'm at a table and I don't have desk drawers anymore to keep my pens in. The little pen holder always keeps things where I can reach them. So I always have a pen, I always have a highlighter, I always have a pencil and other little things that I want to keep track of. My flash drives. If I need to, I can stick, the little packet of allergy tablets in there. Whatever I need, I can put in that little cup and it's in arm's length so that I don't have to always be scrambling and looking for things. Um, what's another key thing? Just take the time to organize your space. And if I showed you before and after pictures of mine, which I may at some other point after I get it all looking the way that I want it to look, but it's important that you have things situated in a way that allows you to be as productive as possible, especially when we're in these work from home spaces. It becomes everything. So your desk is also your table. Could be your kitchen table, might be your dining room, might be your whole dining room, period. But in either case, you want to keep things the best way possible so that you can keep a clear head. Mathematicianly, if you see movies with mathematicians, they generally have stuff all over everywhere. If you see things with creatives, they have things all over everywhere. And so I'm a bit of both. I'm a mathematician and a creative. So there's no telling what I may have anywhere at any given moment. But I have found that in my own journey, I get the most done when things are in order and they're put away, and I don't have to constantly look up and just see a bunch of stuff sitting around. And so in beginning of the year, a lot of people make a lot of resolutions or whatever the case may be. I have a goal to situate my office space in such a way that, number one, it will be easy for me to maintain so that I don't need days such as National Clean Off Your Desk Day to remind me that my office space itself is actually a disaster. No, that's something I can keep up with currently. So my goal is to fix my space in such a way that I always have a point in time within my week, within a month, to just reorganize and get things structured to go back to a place where I have optimum productivity. Another thing is that when you have a lot of cords and wires, you want to make sure that you're using surge protectors, you're using things that have multiple, one of those protectors or the outlet plate that has multiple things in it, and you run all of your cords in the same direction. One of the most difficult things to do is to be walking around and you're tripping all over your outlets and things because you have cords just running everywhere. It's actually dangerous, it's unsafe, and it helps to keep things in an organized way. You may wonder how something as little as cords helps keep you excuse me, focused on what you're doing, but it comes in handy when you have a corded printer. And so think about it. If you have a printer that may run off of Wi-Fi, but you have it in a standalone place, so it may be hooked up to a desktop computer in another room or someplace else. If you want to plug in your laptop to that printer and you can't find the cords because they're all tangled up in the back, that's going to slow you down from doing something else that you need to do. So just little things to keep in mind as you're going through your own organization, decluttering space and cycle, as many of us do this time of year. So this has been Notes from the Teacher, your teachable moment with Takia the Teacher. Happy National Clean Your Desk Day. Peace.